Okay, what is going on, guys? Today we are back with something that has not been back in a very long time. We are back with Reddit Review Thursday. I don't even remember the last time I did one of these, and I didn't bother to look it up before I started filming. So I can't give you an actual timeline, but a lot of you guys have probably never experienced one of these coming out new, or possibly even watched one. So editing skeleton key, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I haven't lost my mind. I haven't gone insane. I am aware that I'm uploading this on a Saturday, despite the title of the series. It was supposed to go out on Thursday. I basically didn't feel like it, so now here we are. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. I'll get back to the normal video now where I'll explain the series real quick, and then we'll get started. Basically, I go through a Reddit, I review it, I do my thing. This was a little different, but yeah. I don't think we've looked at this one. I don't know 100%, but I don't think we've looked at this one. So today we're taking a look at Am I the Asshole? And yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna be judging these people, deciding if they're the asshole or not. Yeah, we're gonna be, I guess, giving the Redditor review at the end, even though that's kind of hard to do for this one. But I don't know. We'll see how it is. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first post. So, am I the asshole for depriving my kids of their grandmother? Now, that doesn't sound great, I mean, it's hard to say, but let's see the context here, because we got a lot of context. So we're going to be reading for a minute. I, male 40, recently lost my wife, Amy. I'm assuming that means a fake name, who's 42, in a car accident. All right, tragic. Sorry for your loss. Not a good thing to go through, right? We have 6 children: Tanya, 15, Leo, 10, Bella, 10, Cole, 9, Lily, 4, and Jackson, 18 months. My God, dude, you probably should have given it a little bit of a rest. I can't lie. That's a lot of kids, dog. Okay. We had trouble conceiving, and we adopted our 4 oldest 6 years ago. They are all biological siblings who were orphaned at a young age. We were later able to have 2 biological children. Okay, cool, good for them. My mother-in-law, Karen, never warmed up to our oldest. When Lily was born, Karen made a joke about how if only we'd been patient, we would have had to go through with an adoption. We wouldn't have had to go through with an adoption. So pretty fucked up. That's a pretty fucked up thing to say. We didn't find it funny at all, and thankfully the kids hadn't been around to hear it. She went on about how it was only a joke, but my sister-in-law, Harley, told her off for it and got her to apologize. I don't know why I picked doing this video, because I can't read. It soon became evident that she favored Lily over the older kids, and her behavior was the same with Jackson when he came along. On Lily's first Christmas, she had an overflowing gift bag of expensive toys and clothes, while the older kids had one gift each worth about $10. That's crazy, dude. Like, I'm sorry, I love my grandma to death, right? But if I got a gift worth $10 and I saw I don't know, let alone my sibling, but I mean other people around me getting more expensive gifts from her, I'd be like, what the fuck, grandma? That's crazy. So that's wild. But we told her that if she wasn't going to be fair with the kids, then we didn't want her to give them any gifts at all. She started begrudgingly being fair to all the kids after that. My father-in-law, they are divorced, and my parents are the opposite. They loved being grandparents to our kids even before we actually adopted them. They were our foster kids for nearly 2 years before, and they didn't have to be told to treat them differently. They've all been great help to me with the kids during this difficult period. So that's cool. Now we get to the part where I'm the asshole. The funeral was last week, and everyone came to my house afterwards for the wake. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? The wake? Do people... I don't know. Okay, so people came for the wake. I've never heard that word used before like that, but I don't know. Mother-in-law was there, and for a while she was actually being civil. She was asking me about how I'm managing with the kids, and the conversation initially seemed to be leading up to her offering help like the other grandparents. What actually happened was she suggested that I return the older kids because I clearly can't handle 6 kids alone. Oh my God, return the kids? And I can't expect the grandparents to raise my kids for me. I was so angry, I was speechless. Dude, I would have straight up kicked her out of my house. That's crazy, dude. She she'd pulled a lot of crap over the years, had she actually just suggested abandoning my children? That's insane. The whole family was there, so I managed not to make a scene, and I just told her to get out and don't come back. Oh, okay, so he did do that. Normal reaction. She refused, but I threatened to announce to everyone what she had just said. Deep down, she suspected no one would side with her because she grabbed her coat and left. The only other person I have told is Harley because Karen told her. I kicked her out for no reason, so I told her what actually happened. Oh my God. Harley told her off again, and for the past few days, Karen has been trying to call me and texting apologies. I ignored them, and now she's got some of her family on her side. That's crazy. I don't know who would side with that. Feeding them stories about how I never liked her and how I'm stopping her from seeing the kids now that Amy isn't around to stop me. Harley set them straight, and most of them stopped backing Karen, with just 1 or 2 of them refusing to believe it. That is kind of hard to believe, to be fair. So, not all the blame on those people. Now Karen has sent me another text threatening to take me to court because I have now deprived my kids of their grandmother. I don't think that that's illegal. Where I live, the courts can grant grandparents rights in cases where one parent is dead and the surviving parent is preventing contact between kids and their in-laws. Oh, so I guess where he lives, that is a problem. But I'm starting to think a judge would rule against me. It's possible, but I don't know because she is being very, I don't know, which is making me think I'm being the asshole. What do you think? All names have been changed. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, my opinion on this, I think that this dude is free and in the clear. I think that that's insane. I don't think I would want to put my kids through that because that's difficult for kids to go through, when they are adopted, for one, which is already a fairly, difficult thing to go through. That's certainly not the ideal situation already. But if you have a loving parent or parents or, a good family or something, it's fine. It can be completely okay. But, yeah, I think that with the blatant separation between the biological kids and the adopted kids that the grandmother is showing, I think that's crazy. I would probably want her away from my children as well. And I think that is what most of these people are saying, and saying that he honestly maybe could win in court because of what, the kind of, I can't think of the word, behavior that she has displayed. So that one was very long. Let's hope that these aren't as long because, like I said, I'm terrible at reading. But moving on to the next one. I told my cousin's 8-year-old son he could no longer play my PS5 after he repeatedly threw the controller. Am I the asshole? I'm going to straight up say no because, let me be real with you, right? I have been a console gamer for majority of my life. I have my PC. I play a lot of games on my PC now. But, back a long time ago and for most of my life, I've been on consoles, right? When I was super little, I had a GameCube that I actually still have. It's still under my desk. I still play it occasionally, right? So I've had a GameCube. I've had a PlayStation 1. I have had an Xbox 360, right when it came out, an Xbox One, and I still have the Xbox, the new Xbox S or whatever it's called. I don't know. But yeah, I have that too, which is mainly just for Game Pass, but I still have a console, right? So I've been around consoles a lot. And let me tell you, a broken controller is the worst thing ever because you either can't use it, which is terrible, because you can't do anything on the console if the controller's broken, or it runs into a lot of problems like the triggers get stuck down, or like they're messed up, like the triggers don't work right because they got hit in a weird way or something, and something like bent and broke, or the bumpers fuck up, the sticks have problems, like you'll get like stick drift and stuff. So I'm very gentle on all of my like electronics, probably for that reason, because I've had controllers that have like just fallen apart basically, and it's the worst thing ever trying to play a game with a controller that's like on its last legs. So 43 female, had a cousin, 42 female, and her son, 8 male, over for a visit, and he was bored while me and his mom were talking, so I told him he could play my PS5. So, like, cool, right? That's cool. The problem was, every time he would die in the game, he would throw my controller across the room. The first time I saw him do it, I asked him to please not throw the controller. It's expensive to replace. They are expensive. Controllers are ridiculously expensive. The second time I saw him do it, I took it away and said he couldn't play anymore. My cousin was like, he's just a little boy. He doesn't know any better. I would understand if he had a disability, but he doesn't. I think 8 is plenty old enough to learn respecting other people's property. Am I the asshole? No, I would say that, I would say that that's completely justified. I would do the same thing in this situation. And she even gave him a second chance, too. She didn't just be like, oh my God, like, you can't be doing that. You're done. She literally said, hey, don't do that. Like, that's expensive. That's like my controller and it's expensive. Me at 8 years old, I think I would understand that. I also probably wouldn't throw a controller though, because, I don't know. 8 years old is pretty old to kind of be doing stuff like that and just not care about how other people feel. But yeah, moving into the last one now. Am I the asshole for rejecting my boyfriend's ultimatum about an open relationship? There's a lot going on here. So my post was deleted in the other sub, so blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't care. I'm currently caught in a whirlwind of emotions and relationship dramas, and I desperately need advice to untangle this mess. 24 female, have been with my boyfriend, 26 male, for 4 years. Our relationship has always been great until he dropped a bombshell on me. Out of the blue, my boyfriend brought up the idea of opening up our relationship. He explains that he loves me, but he wants the freedom to connect with others, both emotionally and physically, while keeping our relationship intact. At first, I was shocked, and to be honest, I felt a bit betrayed. When I voiced my hesitation and discomfort about the idea, he gave me an ultimatum. Either I agree to the open relationship, or he'll walk away from our relationship entirely. He argued that he needed this, and if I truly loved him, I would support his needs. Now that sounds really manipulative. That last bit there, that sounds really manipulative. This whole ultimatum thing sounds manipulative and bad. But yeah, so it's not starting great. This put me in an incredibly tough spot. On one hand, I'm deeply committed to him and don't want to lose our relationship. On the other hand, the idea of him being with someone else tears me apart, and I can't come to terms with it. I ended up rejecting his ultimatum, but now he's furious with me and accusing me of being controlling and unfair. So, he sounds really manipulative. He says I'm stifling his freedom, I'm heartbroken, and I'm questioning whether I've made a terrible mistake. So am I the asshole for rejecting my boyfriend's ultimatum about an open relationship, or should I have been more open to his desires, even if it meant compromising my own feelings? I'm overwhelmed by this situation and need some guidance. Now, interesting little piece of advice here. This is something that actually happened towards the end of my relationship that was very long. And it was bad. It, like, looking back on it now, this was like a bad thing. Like, this definitely spelled the end. This was like it's ended, but it's for some reason still going on. And I think that that's kind of what this would be too. Like, eventually it would just fall apart. Because that's kind of what happens with stuff like this. Not to say that you couldn't do this and have it work, like if you started from the beginning. I think it could be a viable option if you both were like okay with it and it had just always been that way. And so it worked out. But doing this like 4 years, like 3 years in my case, 4 years in this case, It's way too late to like try and do something like that. And it really ended. It means that somebody is no longer happy and they're kind of just doing like, oh, like I'm trying, but I'm not really trying. Like I'm like half in it, half out of it. And that's kind of the thing. So I definitely would never do that again, and I wouldn't recommend that anybody else does it. Same in this case. I think that she is completely okay with not wanting that. It's completely understandable, and he sounds like he's being kind of manipulative about it and kind of has been the whole time, at least when it comes to this topic. So I would say that she's free and clear. Her boyfriend, yeah, definitely not cool from him. And yeah, a lot of people in the comments are saying the same thing. He's pressuring you into something you're not comfortable with, blah, 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 blah. The difference between boundary and manipulation. That's what I'm saying. I completely agree. His open relationship idea is basically him asking, to cheat. Pretty much. Pretty much. That's basically what it is, I think. And unfortunate, very unfortunate. Wouldn't wish it upon anybody, but it happens sometimes. So very unfortunate, but I'm sure that she'll move on and find something much better in the future, or at least I hope that she does. So yeah, this has been a Reddit Review Thursday, something we haven't done in a very long time. I would say that this subreddit's pretty cool. I don't know, like 8 out of 10 rating. I don't know. I go on here and just read these for fun sometimes. So I decided instead of just going on and reading it for fun, I do it on a video because why not make content out of something that I'm going to do anyway? That totally could be content. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like as well as hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Hopefully there were like images so you could kind of follow along because I know my reading definitely wasn't great. I'm not the best out loud reader by any means. So hopefully there's images. If they get deleted before I upload the video, then unfortunately there won't be certain images. But I'm going to try my best. So I hope you guys enjoyed once again. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.